How's it going,
Alright.
folks? This is our channel, TD and DW Podcasting. My name is Troy, and this is...
I'm Dan.
And, Dan, you take us off.
Alright, hold on, we're going to start it off. Alright, here we go.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys already know, this is Troy, I'm Dan. We're going to be your podcast hosts from here on out. Just give a little bit of a backstory to this podcast. We had a YouTube channel a little while ago.
That ended well.
It's maybe 10 years ago, 7 years ago.
No. It was more like fucking... I'd say about 6 years ago now.
6 years ago. Okay. And didn't really go too far, though, did it?
No, it did not.
Did not really go too far. So
Fucking stupidest ass shit ever. Oh my god.
Yeah, but we had the idea, you know? YouTube's the way to go, and I mean, as we further progress in this society, I feel that entertainment through YouTube is the way to go, and I've always wanted to pursue that, so this is, I guess, our way to go through it. So we're going to start this podcast. I don't know what it's about, I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but...
It'll be interesting things. Well, tonight, we're talking about dinosaurs.
Talking about dinosaurs. Now, don't get up and leave your seats yet, because this is how this began.
Oh my God.
Me and Troy are friends. We've been friends for a long time.
Since we were 5 years old.
Yeah, so a long time. And I asked him one night, unsuspectingly, what do you think wiped out the dinosaurs? And Troy, go ahead. Just as if I had just asked you that question.
Alright, well, like, as everyone fucking knows, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs happened like fucking 66 million years ago. How the fuck do we know that? Like, honestly. How can we predict something that happened to the dinosaurs, which happened fucking 66 million, keep that in mind, 66 million years ago?
I'm going to let him talk, and then once he's done, I'm going to get my rebuttal.
Like, honestly, in my head, if you think about, like, all that, well, my facts, I honestly believe that it wasn't an asteroid that destroyed the fucking, the dinosaurs there. Because if you go in Google Images here, and you search up the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, that thing was so massive, it was still sitting in space. Are you telling me a rock that size, that destroyed the fucking dinosaurs, isn't there anymore? That rock was so big, it would have split Earth right in half. Come on now. Come on. My theory is that this isn't our home planet. And we were just put here as an experiment to see how the human race would do with absolutely nothing. So my theory is, it was not an asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs. And it was us. Like, we came here on a big shuttle. We fucking wiped out the dinosaurs to give the human race a chance to survive and progress, given nothing. Look,
Are you done?
I'm on a tongue twister here.
Okay,
Dan, take it
I'll
off.
go. Okay, so this is exactly what I heard the night he told me this. So, just blowing right past any archaeologist or any scientific discovery that an asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs.
Yeah, no, but...
No, you talk,
scientific...
and then now it's my turn to talk. Now it's my turn.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead, say it.
How can we know? Where's the fucking asteroid still? That shit was still sitting in space
Can
when
I
it
talk?
hit.
Can I talk?
It happened 66 million years ago. How do we know that actually happened?
So he keeps saying it happened 66 million years ago. We have many scientists who have revealed that there are fossils and asteroid
They're
particles.
pretty dumb scientists then.
There are asteroid particles and fossils that reveal that that's exactly what happened. There was an asteroid that hit, South America or Central America. I'm not,
I think it was
scientist.
south.
Something like that. And there's still a crater there from where the asteroid hit America.
Yeah, but have you seen the size of that crater?
You can't interrupt me while we're doing this. This isn't going to work if you're going to interrupt me every time.
What do you think podcasts are?
Isn't going to work if you interrupt me while I'm trying to talk.
Okay, talk.
Okay. We're already off to a good start. So, Troy believes, without any proof from any scientific organization or any scientists that he can name, that a more advanced version of humanoids took their spaceship, landed it on Earth, destroyed the dinosaurs in order to give human civilization a chance to survive. Now, I don't want to go ahead and say that that's not true, but I can also go ahead and say that that's absolutely not true. You can go ahead now.
It's 100% true.
It's 100% true. You heard it here first. It's 100% true.
Well, I'm not saying it's 100%.
That's exactly what you just said. And
I know what I just said.
Millions of viewers just heard it.
Fuck you.
What do you mean?
No, because where's the fucking asteroid? Where is it, man?
It was 66 million years ago. It's part of
We have mountains that are old as that are still standing. A fucking rock of that size does not just break down and disappear.
Well, to destroy the Earth and split it in half, it depends on the speed and not the size.
Well, it was going hella fucking fast. I don't know the exact point on how fast it was going. Because, again, happened 66 million years ago.
Okay, so how do you know how fast it went?
I don't know.
That's exactly right. You don't know.
But if it hit the Earth and magically disappeared, it must have been going really fast.
Well, there's proof that the moon is actually part of Earth from when the asteroid hit.
No.
Yeah.
The moon was created after, like, fucking... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, because that doesn't make sense. Because if the moon was created after the dinosaurs died, that makes no fucking sense. Because the Earth has the gravitational pull that every night, which creates the high tide in the waters.
Right.
Without the moon, Earth would just be a mad mass of earthquakes and fucking rupturing fucking volcanoes and all that.
Right.
That's what our moon keeps in place. Like, if the dinosaurs were around, they would have died millions of years before the asteroid.
You've kind of lost me here. Because there's gravitational pull to every planet, every star.
Yeah, no, but there would have been less water.
Why would there be less water?
The moon grabs... What do you think high tide is?
The moon grabs
When the
water?
moon comes out every night, why do you think there's a high tide?
Because of the gravitational pull.
Of the moon.
Yeah.
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 So there would have been less water without the moon. There would have been
There
way
would
more
be
tsunamis.
less water.
There would have been way more earthquakes. There would have been way more volcanic eruptions and more volcanoes popping up
Volcanic
everywhere.
eruptions have nothing to do with the tides.
I'm just adding
Same
in
with
everything
earthquakes.
that the moon plays into.
Tides.
Volcanoes, earthquakes.
Can you explain to me how volcanoes have anything to do with the moon's gravitational pull?
You're making me very frustrated here, sir.
Well, it's a podcast, right? We just talk. You don't have to get frustrated. I don't really care about this.
I know you don't, but I have a strong feeling that
okay, why?
an asteroid
Okay,
did not.
because
hit
he's
Earth.
getting frustrated. Why don't we just skip to who you think it was that landed the spaceship?
Well, obviously it was. No, here plays into the whole God factor too.
Okay, so let's go ahead and tackle religion on this podcast.
No, because it adds into this too. Because if we were actually put here on this planet and we did wipe out the dinosaurs,
A more advanced version of us.
we were put here, in my theory, to see how the human population would do with absolutely fucking nothing.
Well,
Okay?
you keep saying absolutely nothing, and we've been gifted some of the most prosperous. Like, we've never found another planet that
No,
has
look in the Bible. Adam and Eve plopped here on the earth with
Well-
nothing except a whole huge ass garden.
I mean,
And who gave them that garden?
do you want to talk
God.
about the Bible?
No. This is what I mean. Like, look at the Egyptians
Okay,
and building the pyramids.
right.
They had help from extraterrestrials, which
Okay, well that's a
shows it
big leap.
on their walls.
Okay.
Humanoids with huge ass cone heads, and that were like 3 times taller than the
You're listening
average
to an absolute archaeologist here. Fucking huge fucking cone heads. Go ahead.
Have you never been to the pyramid?
I have.
Have you seen the? I have not, but have you seen the griffin? Whatever that shit's called.
The what? Fuck off.
The what's it called? Help me out here.
Sphinx?
No. The writing on the walls. What's that word? The hieroglyphics. Thank you.
Yeah.
Has these Egyptians bowing down in front of these humanoids that have these really tall, pointy cone heads, and they're 3 times taller than everyone else. Like even today, we can't build a pyramid with the technology that we have right now.
I think we can. I'm actually absolutely positive we can.
We probably can, but not the way that the fucking Egyptians built them.
Right. But I mean, you said with our technology, we couldn't. Then we for sure can.
Okay.
Okay.
Bear with me.
I'm bearing with you.
Like the whole God factor, after we plopped here, and then when like 10,000 BC came around, which is when the pyramids were going up, yeah? Was it 10,000 BC?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure
Whenever.
10,000 BC.
Go ahead.
We came back to see how the progress was doing on the human race.
Right.
To see how we've done and accomplished with doing nothing.
Okay.
And that's what created the Greek gods. We came down here and to check on our progress,
Yeah.
to see how we were doing, and there was a few select individuals that wanted to present themselves or felt like that they had to be better than what they were on their own home planet.
Okay.
And because since they're so way more advanced than we are, they come down and present themselves as gods. Obviously, we don't know what the technology that they have and can do. We don't know how tall they are. We don't know what their heads look like. Like, it could be possible. Like, they came down here and presented themselves as gods. These tall humanoids with tall pointy heads. We don't even know if they were pointy heads, and the Egyptians just made that shit up. But the Greek gods, it was just individuals coming down here on the fucking planet and just doing shit with technology that no one has ever seen. Oh, you're a god. Oh, you can cut yourself and re-heal yourself in a matter of days? Whoa.
Okay, so just off of that, you're assuming that we've already begun a civilization and became so advanced that we grew feet taller than everyone else, had enough scientological
I don't know.
advancement to create a spaceship that we left Earth.
No,
came back to Earth.
it's not even Earth.
Just hold on.
This isn't our
Just
home
hold
planet.
on. We left Earth.
It's not our home
Just
planet.
hold on. We left Earth. And then we came back to Earth. And we were like, let's put some of our primitive cells, let them grow. And then let's see how they do on a wholesome Earth without any of our help.
No. Because if we started out on Earth and we were so advanced to leave this planet already, there'd be proof still on this planet that there was humanoids that started on this planet. That's why I'm saying this isn't our home planet.
Oh.
We were plopped here as a fucking experiment to see how we would do with nothing. And look how far we've come. We got fucking touchscreen cell phones. We got the internet. We got Wi-Fi. We can call people. Look at all this amazing stuff. I think we've come pretty far. Like, we're trying to put man on Mars.
Well, there has been people on Mars.
Well, we're trying to colonize it now, and that's fucking a revolutionary step for us.
I mean, okay.
Like, do you see the videos that Trump posted? Down in the States there, of the fucking unmanned vehicles flying in the air?
Well, there's been unmanned vehicles on Mars for a long time.
Yeah, but the States, Donald Trump, or any president have never released top secret videos
you
about
should be
it.
careful talking about Trump on the podcast, for sure.
It's not like he's gonna win the next year's election.
We're also Canadian based. We're Canadian.
Yes,
we
we're
don't live in
Canadian.
America. We don't live in America. We're not American.
I've been to America for 2 whole months.
Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful, but
2 whole months?
Hey, I visited
Whoa!
almost every state. Okay.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
How many are there then?
52.
I think that's right.
No, that actually might not be right because they own Guam now, or by Japan. They own Hawaii.
I've only ever been to America to play hockey and
Go to New York.
yeah, I went to New York for a school trip, which was a fucking ton of fun.
Yeah.
I didn't have any. I thought America was pretty close to Canada, except we're kind of more chill here.
Got that free healthcare.
Yeah, we're kind of just more.
Except
relaxed.
we get taxed out of the ass for us to have that healthcare.
Yeah. So.
Off topic though, back to the whole thing.
I'd love to get back to it.
Alright, just give me your whole opinion on the whole thing there.
I believe in the science.
Yes, thank you. Give me your belief. What do you believe
What do I
that
believe?
killed the dinosaurs?
I was trying to say it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go to it now.
So I kind of have this philosophy that I don't put my whole faith into something, but when it's probable, that's the way I lean more into. So when there are scientists who have dedicated their entire lives to figuring out how the dinosaurs got wiped out, and they decide that it was a meteorite that wiped them out, I tend to lean more towards the meteorite rather than aliens who put us on this earth and wiped out the dinosaurs to ensure our survivability.
No comment.
That's where I stand. That's where I stand. So why don't you tell us about the Greek gods, Troy?
I think we gotta save that for another podcast.
Well, I mean, we're only 17 minutes in.
But we are just first starting
Most
out.
podcasts are an hour long.
Yeah, but we're starting a whole new generation. Of
All right, so what else would you like to talk about? Coronavirus? Go ahead. You know what? Honestly, I would like to hear your views on the coronavirus. Go ahead.
What? Didn't you actually fucking hear all that fucking words and shit?
You don't have to swear every sentence.
It just comes naturally out of
You're fucking with the shit.
I'll try to turn it down. It's an adult audience, after all.
I mean, it doesn't have to be if you don't swear every sentence.
I know. But coronavirus, all those rumors over fucking YouTube, Google, that it was an actual like human population reduction plan started by China, and there was a scientist in China that created the COVID-19, and he was going to go to the news station and come out with all this other stuff. A week later, that fucking dude was found in a ditch, dead.
Okay.
It's a human population reduction plan.
If I had to give my...
We're running out of resources. It makes sense.
But if we're running out of our resources and we want to reduce the population, why would you go to such a weak strain of reduction?
It's done its job already. Look
In
how
the
many
countries that decided not
Look
to.
how many people have died already.
How many have died?
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. There's
It still makes a
7
huge dent.
billion people on this earth. It doesn't even make close to a dent.
It made a huge
It
dent.
doesn't even make close to a dent. There's 37 million people in Canada.
Well, if word didn't come out that the scientists fucking was going to release all this stuff about the Chinese government, I think nowhere would have COVID would have came out, and maybe millions would have died.
So let's just speak as if we're the scientists who are like, yes, we need a population reduction. We need something that's going to reduce the population because we have way too many people and greenhouse gases are taking us out, and this is what we need to do. How would you go about it?
Well, look at the Spanish flu. This is pretty much the exact same thing as the Spanish flu.
Wow. Really?
Spanish
the same
flu
thing as the Spanish flu.
killed hundreds of thousands of people. It was pretty much a pandemic at the time. It's pretty much the same virus, and killing hundreds of thousands of people. I get it. I was talking to my wife about it. She had a lot of good thoughts about it, and I don't really remember because I am pretty tipsy right now.
Spanish flu killed 500 million. It didn't kill 100,000.
Are you serious?
It killed 500 million people.
Holy mother of God.
And I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure the Black Plague knocked out a third of the world's population. So
Yeah, but
let's start with the Black Plague.
But keep in mind, when the Black Plague came around, the human population wasn't at 7 billion people.
Which really
so
should
in our
make
day
it
and time,
easier.
If the Black Plague happened today,
over each other.
It would Okay, go. You need to go. If this happens all the time in podcasts, it's natural.
No, but then people can't hear us talking if we're both talking at the same time.
True enough. Okay. Proceed.
So if you want to start with something, you should start with the Black Plague. Because the Spanish flu did knock out a lot of people, but it didn't knock out as many as the Black Plague.
So that's why I want to revert to Spanish flu, because COVID is knocking out half of what the Black Plague did.
It didn't knock out half. You're right. So what's your point? Okay. So I don't agree with you that it was a population reduction. I think that there is maybe some fruit to that it was created in a lab somewhere in China, because we're both. I'm speaking for both of us when we say we're not the most up to date on politics and countries' relationships with each other. Would I be wrong saying that?
No, I agree with that.
Yeah. So we're not really as up to date with China and America's relationship with each other. I know it's not the best, and I know it's not the worst. But I know that there's secrets being kept from both countries.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers to this riveting conversation. And I'm just thinking that if you needed a population reduction virus, something would be released that would absolutely devastate the world. I would not start with coronavirus if that was my intention.
Okay, if you were approached,
the Black Plague knocked out 50 million people, just by the way.
If you were approached to create a plague that would wipe out most of the population and would be able to be controlled
most of the population?
As a population reduction plan, what would your virus be?
What would my virus be?
And like the symptoms and how would it affect people?
You would, first of all, you would have to be okay with knowing that you're taking billions of lives. Because if you really want to knock down the...
I don't want us to knock down the population.
I
want us to
I'm
expand.
speaking in this analogy that if you wanted to do that, you would have to take out probably half of its population. Just to give us a little bit more time to figure out what's going on, how to deal with the things that our past population has already given to us and the issues that we're going to have to deal with. Halving the population would be a good start to work on it. In terms of which part of like biology I would hit on each person, I don't know. I'm not a biologist, I'm not a doctor. But if I had to do something like that, I would probably go with a strain that's closer to the Black Plague.
Why?
Because I'm pretty sure it's one of the most deadly viruses that we've ever come across. Not that 50 billion people. 50 million people, sorry.
Okay. Well, I honestly don't know what to say. I don't know what my strain would be. I don't know what my population reduction plan would be.
A population reduction plan is also maybe not the way to think about it either, is it? we've come so far and become so smart, and that's because we have so many people with different ideologies and different ways of thinking, so that we can talk to each other and figure out different ways to attack issues.
I know, but like with this population on Earth, there's a lot of negative thinking. Like, look at Elon Musk. He looked up to Albert Einstein and the dude that landed on the moon. What was his name?
Was Aldrin?
Yes, that dude. And he approached
very different people.
Approached them and asked them what they thought about
Albert Einstein
colonizing.
He didn't approach
Not Albert Einstein, the dude that landed on the moon. Approached the man and asked him what he thought about colonizing Mars was. And Elon Musk was let down and was discriminated as a space travel, whatchamacallit. And like there's all this negative thinking that if we want to expand and we don't want to use up all our resources on this earth, we're going to have to colonize the universe. Like we're going to eventually have to move to different planets and colonize them so we don't fucking mess up this one that we have right now.
It's already
it's already messed up. I'd give this planet another 90 years before we're fucked. Elon Musk knows this, and which is why he's trying to colonize other planets.
I feel like 90 years is generous. No, that's about fair.
Yeah, it's fair. It's like
1 or 2 generations.
It's borderline extinction of the human race.
Borderline? 1 or 2 generations and you won't be able to live here. And I'm also not a scientist or anything. I don't know anything about this. So what I'm saying could absolutely be false, is what I'm saying.
Same here. I'm not scientist.
So, but yeah, if you just look at it objectively, the things we have been doing and the things we have done and continue to do are not prosperous for our survivability of this world, this planet. So if we want to continue the human race, which I'm not sure we should, and I'm not sure we shouldn't,
Wait a minute.
yeah,
Okay, continue.
because if we move to the stars and we move to another world, what do you think we're going to do to that world? We're going to do the same thing that we've done here. We're going to use up all of its resources, and until we just become technologically and, I don't know, I guess technologically evolved enough to not destroy a planet when we live there, that's when we can move to other worlds and be comfortable moving to other worlds and be a peaceful alien to other worlds. If we find living people and living organisms and we want to come down to them and not have to take over the world and fucking destroy it to survive, because that's our worst nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Aliens coming here because they've destroyed their own world.
Well,
And they
technically,
need our
we've already
resources.
found alien life.
Where?
Mars. It was underwater, like underneath the surface. There's running water canals.
There is no
And
water.
where there is water, there is little tiny microscopic, whatchamacallits,
There is no life on Mars.
no, where there's water, there's life.
There's no life on Mars. There used to be water on Mars.
No, look at Elon Musk's little updates there. There's water underneath Mars. And that just proves that there's life
To
where
date,
there is
no
water.
proof. To date, no proof has been found, past or present, life on Mars.
Well, then everything I looked up was alive.
The surface environment of Mars had liquid water and may have been habitable for microorganisms. There's no life on Mars.
I wonder what happened to Mars.
Evolution, and not evolution, but evolution of the planet. There was water on there once.
I wonder what made it so uninhabitable.
Changing of the cosmos.
Oh, people.
Is that a joke?
No, I just find it funny because it's ditzy. Alright, well.
I hope you've enjoyed this riveting argument, basically, between us two. Our next podcast will probably not resemble this in the slightest. But if you enjoyed this podcast, give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you didn't like it, you don't have to keep watching. And if you liked it, you don't have to subscribe as well. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It just helps us out. You can watch it for free. It's fine. We're just doing this in our pastime, basically. This is a fun thing for us. And if it takes off, it takes off. I think it would be absolutely amazing for us to have an opportunity to work.
It would be a great opportunity to serve the YouTube community.
I think it's fun. I'm having a fun time. We're just hanging out. And
This is TD, DW, Troy and Daniel podcast, ending out.
All right.
Have a good one, guys.